I just wish it wasn't a fight. Next time I put an air conditioning thingy in, I'm paying somebody. Hello, welcome back to another week of Black and Blue Garage. I'm sure that you'd love to see another video about putting this axle together. Unfortunately, since last week, I haven't gotten anything done on it. So instead of working on all that, because it'll take me too long to get a video out by tomorrow morning, today I've decided that I'm gonna work on getting the air conditioning system installed onto the wall. This is a 24,000 BTU unit that I bought from Home Depot Black Friday a while ago, actually, because it's already April now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this prepped. I'll show you what I did. Okay, don't need that box. It has been really cold this winter, and coming out here to work in the shop on the Jeep to make videos and to finish the Jeep has been really agonizing, especially early in the mornings when it's in the 20s. For me here in Arizona, that's a big deal. That's really cold. So I've got these to put on the outside of the shop so that I can get the unit up off the ground. So I had also bought these rubber feet to mount this thing, but this bracket comes with them, so I guess I have some extras to do something with. Maybe they'll be good to mount my radiator on my rock crawler later. Oh, actual instructions. What? Beautiful. It's very fancy. It has rubber bumpers for the back, so it doesn't mess up the side of your house. Like I care. As far as height goes, I'm not sure if I need it to be that high, but it wouldn't be terrible. I guess I suppose I could put it wherever I want. However, if I did put it that high, I didn't need to drill this hole, did I? Suppose not. Across all three of these pieces, which I'm not mad at, actually. I suppose that I'd have to show you what I'm talking about. Come with me. In order for this piece to sit on the wall, it's got to be raised up in like 3 places, and it's just kind of weird sitting like that. But I think if I set it across like this, that'll kind of hold it all up. I don't know. I gotta move some of this stuff here. Still working on getting all this cleaned up. All right, we put it here. That goes across 4 different ribs, and it kind of hold this out. And I don't hate that at all. Since we're drilling into metal, I found a drill bit that fits this screw big enough to still get the threads in. So it's smaller than the threads, but it's larger than the shank of the screw. Let's see if that works. We have a hole. Let's test the theory. See if this will go into it. Okay. I think I can make that work. I don't know if you can see my laser level lines because it's kind of bright outside. I can see it. What I'm trying to do is mount this high enough to keep it away from animals and tumbleweeds. That's the goal anyway. So I'm also trying to keep everything super level so that it limits the vibrations that I'm going to have through my air conditioning. Since it will be mounted straight to a metal building, the least amount of vibrations would be a good idea. think I'll make my own holes. Okay. I'm getting nowhere. Alright. This is going to be fun to edit. No? Not interested? Okay. It's fine. I give up. We'll do something else. How's that? Got a chunk of wood clamped to the wall. We are gonna screw right through the wood. Higher than I expected to put it, but that's okay. This kind of slides on the end like this. And then we can make sure that's level. Nowhere close. How do you figure that straight there, homie? Okay. Fair enough. Over here. Alright, now let's get another chunk of wood. Summer is approaching, and then it's going to be too hot to do anything, especially in a metal shop. I basically have to wait till night, and then I can't use power tools because it's too late and I don't want to mess up the neighbor's evening. So my options are continue doing what I'm doing, make videos every week, or improve make the improvements that I need on the shop so that I can get more done in the future. Need to measure the mounting feet, and I need to measure, actually, one last thing I gotta do is put one more piece of wood in a really short chunk. I don't wanna have to cut anything. Looking for a short chunk of wood. How much wood could a woodchuck chunk? If he's looking for a short piece of wood, this one will do. I'd like to show you my genius little trick here. What I'm doing in order to hold this chunk of wood to the back of this wall. I got another chunk of wood clamped to this purlin, and that'll hold that in place till I get the screw in it, and then the screws are holding these in. And then I don't really need to brace the bottom, but I might. That's about right where I need it to be, but I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of puts a little bit of weight on the wall, and it's got some bounce to it, and I hate that. So absolutely hate that. Let's see what we can do about it. If I was to put some metal behind it, that just might work. So what needs to happen in that case is I just hate this, to be honest with you. I hate this. What is the distance between this, actually, right here? 1.5 inches. Truly gives me an idea, actually. So 2x4 is 1.5 inches. If I was to mount one to this thing, I just wish it wasn't a fight. Yeah, I think that could work. So my wood pieces did not work at all for the front of this, but as a last ditch effort, I'm going to be using this old piece of plywood. And hopefully that'll be good enough. It'll help distribute the weight of the AC unit as well. I just want to get it spaced off the ground so it doesn't ever get wet. And then lining up these holes is going to be fun. That's about perfect-ish. So hey buddy, are you at home? Or are you in Morenci? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm installing my AC and need a hand. I could probably prop some stuff up though. Yeah, my outside unit, I'm trying to get the bracket set up and it's a pain in the butt. You know, sometimes you have to like sit me down and line me out. Alrighty, I appreciate you, buddy. So my friend's coming over to help me, and I'm just trying to put a piece of wood on the back of this. Everything is nice and sturdy once that's on. It'll definitely hold the amount of weight that it needs to, because this thing right here needs to get lifted on there, and it's quite big. This is like probably almost 3 feet tall and 4 feet long, and it's not light. I could probably pick it up myself, but I'll just have help do it. So my good buddy Joe Peru is coming over, and he's going to give me a hand with that. In the meantime, my place is a little embarrassing, so I suppose I'll take the opportunity while I'm waiting to get all this cleaned up, at least on the outside. Place is a mess, I'm sorry.
Dude, where'd you get this at?
This I bought from a guy on Marketplace for 200 bucks.
For what? Yard art?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get a title for it and build a crawler on it.
Oh, really?
With some big axles and stuff. And put that grill on it.
The Jeep grill?
Yeah.
Nice.
So here's my inside unit, and I can get that one, that's fine. This one...
Where are you gonna mount that one at?
This one gets mounted on these brackets.
Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna hold a piece of wood and then like drill a hole in the wood. And all 4 of these 2 lower ones on each side.
Oh, gotcha.
And then
it goes in back there.
yeah. Drill me some holes in there.
And those holes that you set?
Yeah.
Which was the top 2?
Bottom 2. Yeah.
The one right below?
Yeah. Maybe we should throw some lag bolts in that side first so that they're all lined up.
When did this bad boy come in?
I've had it since Black Friday.
Oh, okay. So you need me to hold that board on this thing?
That or screw these in.
Where are you your that bolt?
They're sitting in that bracket.
Oh, they're already in.
Yeah.
How hard is this thing to put up?
I've been here for hours, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cause there, that one's in. Cause at first I didn't have this piece of wood and I couldn't figure out how to I mounted this, and then I couldn't figure out how to bump these out. So it took 2 hours, and I finally just put this piece of wood behind it. It's ugly, but I can paint it, you know. I'm gonna film us lifting it on there. Just for fun. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay. As long as we don't bust your ass, I guess.
That'd be embarrassing. All right, this is the front. Like I said, so we move these doors. I got doors with it too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's way lighter with 2 people.
Can't believe you're lifting up by yourself.
I lifted it just to test it, and it was not happening. That was so much easier. I hope that's enough room for it to cool everything.
To what?
Should be enough room to cool everything, right?
Should be. Good idea, man.
I'm glad you came over. Thank you. The trick to this is to cut the tube, but not the wire. Score it and break it is a good method of doing that. And you pull this off, and that will go in there, and this just screws right back on. Go down to Harbor Freight, get you one of these handy magnets. Very useful. So, first things first, we pop one of these off. Tighten that up, that way this can go around there. If you hold that with your finger, you can line it up and then turn it. It would also help to have a magnetized screwdriver. I got one of those screwdriver magnetizers somewhere. Now that conduit's on there. Okay, so I've got this power disconnected. This wire needs to go through this little clamp here. And so what I'm going to do is bend this over at a 90 degrees right now so that it has room to go through the clamp and then over. And then now that I have that, all I need to do is make sure that each wire is long enough to go in there, cut it, and then put it in those clamps. Now, these are furls, and it comes with a special figure out the correct size. Might be these gray ones, maybe. This would slip over that like there. And then you take this, crimp it on. This nice and tight. Then you could take that, slide it in to that piece, and then crimp her down. Just like that. Looks professional. looks nice. This other hole is for the wire that goes, meets up with the hoses, goes back up to the inside unit. Yeah, what do you think of that? Now that this is set up, this will go over that and cover all the electrical stuff. So my AC lines go into these fittings right here, and they kind of point up at an angle. And so I'm thinking that if I drilled a hole right in the back of this piece of plywood that I put, I could have the hoses come out and bend them in a way that they just come down and hook up. And then I can keep the rest of that hose in the wall. But then another side of me thinks that it would be better to drill straight through there and have them come out and have maybe 8 inches of hose exposed. There's my hole, I think. Oh yeah. Go Hercules Harbor Freight Tools. It's like a weirdly shaped hole anyway. Pretty cool. Now with that hole there, I've got these 2 parts that came with the AC unit, and that will just slide through that hole, and I'll be able to get the hoses to come right out of here and into there. And there ain't but like 8 to 10 inches of hose exposed outside, the rest of which I will hide in this wall right here. This piece of wood right here is going to cover where I need to work after I have it up there. So if I put the wood on top, it'll come down to here, and I can still get at these lines and everything down here. So if I put that piece of wood from the top down first, that'll put me around 4 feet right there. I'll still be able to get behind this AC unit and hook up to the hoses right about right here. So that's what I'll do. I just need to find a method of hanging this thing. So this purlin right here is 4 inches, and this purlin right here is 6 inches. I can get my hose in the 2-inch gap between the plywood and this purlin to come down, but I got to get it through this somehow. And so I drilled another 2.5-inch hole right here, and I just put some edge guard on here that you would find on the edge of a door of a car. It's going to help protect all the hoses and insulation from getting cut up when I put it through there, and if there's any vibrations later on. So I've got a bundle of ratchet straps right here, and I've got a big old piece of wood right here. Okay. And then I'll ratchet it up. We'll put it on. Before that happens, I need to put some insulation up here. There. We'll stand on this box. Sit on the refrigerator. There. Oh my goodness. It's a miracle. It doesn't go all the way to the top, but it's better than nothing. That's for sure. Ow! That hurt. Why? Ah! This is probably might be the dumbest way to do this, but I don't care. So we got that one there. Okay. Pick this up a little bit. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Kind of need it to hang down a little bit. We'll go here, here, and then some on the top of there. We'll just let this board hang after it's screwed in. You boys that do all this construction stuff, I'm probably doing this wrong, but whatever. This is plywood. I'm going to put a bunch of screws all around so that it's secured to the plywood as best as possible. I'm glad I don't do construction for a living. Feel free to yell at me in the comments if you see me doing stuff wrong, because I most certainly am. I do promise to get help with the wiring to make sure I don't burn my whole place down. 0.2, 0.1, 0. That moved. I feel good about it. You know, a drywall screw can hold like, 50 pounds or something like that, or maybe more, I'm guessing. In the back of this somewhere, there are some electronicals, or it's in the front. So maybe I start with mounting this. Let's see. Room air conditioner installation. There you go. So this is interesting. This is supposed to have house your wire. This cable here. That's just what I was looking for. So I could put this through the hole. Okay. And I'll clamp it down with this spring. I got a pliers somewhere. Oh, it's outside. Pull some of this through here. Okay. Enough to reach, the moon. And then clamp it down. Next time I put an air conditioning thingy in, I'm paying somebody. Okay. Definitely not squeezing anything. Alright. So this, because this is the panel. Yeah. There's unreal. Probably, I imagine. Okay. Good Lord. Okay. So, electrical panel wedged in there. Is a cover. Okay. We don't need that much. Save these for later. Wouldn't that be funny if it was too short now? Tell me that didn't just work. Is it not broken enough from shipping? This thing was cracked when I got it, and it really kind of made me mad, just a little bit, but I'm over it, so it's okay. I would say that this is ready to hang on the wall now. So first, I need to figure out where I'm drilling this hole. Left side for her hole. And it just says 65. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Doesn't make any sense. I'm measuring myself. This is ridiculous. 6 inches over. 6 inches over. And 8 inches down. That's where the hole needs to start. Lines and components that are long, pull them through the hole. As close as I can get it. And then I'll pick the whole thing up by myself. Balance her up. Try not to drop it. Shove things down the hole. Then these, without bending anything or twisting anything, this needs to go rounded down the hole. And then this should, come on, come on. Come on now. I can see it. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Really? Okay. I'm able to open the cover and get to these filters and take those out, clean them for all the pollens and dust and dirt that I got going on in the shop. I think I'll put an additional filter at some point. I've got this wire that I can hook up from the front. So that's good. Let's shut that. Now this model, when this was shipped, it was cracked on this side, and there was a couple other durability things for shipping that I have bone to pick. But I let sleeping dogs lie. If you notice here, it worked out perfectly mounting the top board first, because my AC lines are right here. That's perfect. I can get the wrench on there and do all of my hoses hooked up from inside to outside without having to get in the wall. And the nice thing is, the only AC hose that you're going to see is the 10 inches from the wall to the unit on the outside. So that's great. Now, the next big task, equally as difficult, is going to be getting this rigid copper AC line to fit inside the wall, neck over to there, have some coils winding up right here, go down this hole and out that hole into the machine itself. I'll be right back. I want to get some of this stuff cleared out now that I'm not needing to walk on top of this toolbox. Well, this was a bear and a half, and I can't guarantee that I didn't kink the copper hose that loops around and around, makes all these complicated bends, but hopefully I've hooked everything up right. So I can open this and get to the filter. This is what I wanted. There's enough space around it. I'll finish this wall up later. One thing I want to show you really quick, which I find really cool. Here's how the outside looks. You've got your electrical panel. I've used ferrules for all of these. I've got my disconnect box right next to it. Here's my electrical cable that goes right into the hole. And I've got about 10 inches of AC line that comes in through the wall here, loops around, and comes back up into the inside unit. Now, I don't have time to vacuum this system down and release the refrigerant from the condenser into the whole system. And I'm not going to do that because I'm not touching this electrical work until Zach comes over and helps me look at everything and make sure that I'm not going to burn down my shop or electrocute myself. So once that's done, I will go grab my, so I'm going to go grab my vacuum pump and gauges. I'll pull a vacuum on the lines and the evaporator to make sure nothing is leaking. And then all the refrigerant comes in this system, but it's in the condenser. So once it's vacuumed down and you're sure there's no leaks, then you can release all that refrigerant and it'll go into the system. And then once you have power, you'll be able to turn it on. This one's pretty cool because it comes with this little deal here that turns it into a smart unit, and I'll be able to connect this to either my phone or my Wi-Fi. If I am planning on coming out to the shop and I want it to be cold in here already, I can go on my phone or ask Google to turn it on for me an hour before I come out. That way when I come out here to work on the Jeep, it'll be nice and cozy out here. Unless, of course, I have to roll the door open and get some of the fumes from painting and welding out of here. So that's it. Hope you don't mind another construction video in lieu of a off-road build video. Let me know in the comments if you hated this or if you are okay with me throwing in a couple of shop build videos in with the off-road build videos. Of course, if you're not being notified about my videos, and be sure to come back next week because I'm continuing to build the rear axle for this thing. It's 100% not perfect, but I like it.